Ladies and gentlemen, Raila Amolo Odinga has been leading the ODM party until when he decided to go for the AU chairmanship seat. And then afterwards, he left two party leaders, that is Ali Hassan Joho and of course Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, the former governors, all. Now, there was also the chairman of ODM party. As well, there were also other members that were there, like the minority leader who play a critical role, of course, in the ODM party. But now, the Raila Amolo Odinga, as he joined the AU seat chairmanship race, actually now the four top leaders of ODM, all of them shifted to government because they were all nominated to become cabinet secretaries in William Ruto's government after the deal with of course, between Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto. Now, on this video here, I'm going to talk about who is likely to be the ODM party leader now that all the top influential leaders of ODM are out. But before I do so, kindly, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Now, let me dive into the conversation today. Now, who is likely to be the ODM party leader? According to me, it is none other than the Governor, Kisii County, Honorable Paul Simba Arati. Why am I saying so? Let me give you a brief history on Simba Arati. First of all, he was, since 2007, he served up to 2013 as a councillor, nominated councillor in the Nairobi City Council. In 2013, Simba Arati was successfully elected to become the Member of Parliament of Dagoretti North. Not just that, actually went for the second time, he was again re-elected overwhelmingly. Simba Arati then, after that, decided to come to Kisii County to vie for the gubernatorial seat. Let me give you a history about Kisii County on why it is one of the toughest regions to vie for the gubernatorial seat. First of all, in Kisii County, there is an issue to do with clanism. Clans play a significant role. Actually, let me say they used to play a significant role on who becomes the governor, who becomes an MP, who becomes what in that county, and who gets what. Secondly, there is the issue of the traditional setup where people talk of even marriage affecting the people who are elected. They even say if you're not married, you cannot easily be voted in by the wazes and nyanyes back in the villages. Also, people talked of age. If they feel that you are still young, they felt like you cannot vie for a certain seat. If it is, for instance, senator or governor or even MP, people can even simply say that he's still young, he has more time, let's give this other person who is at least experienced. Now, all these factors put together, it is very tough for someone of the age of Simba Arati to vie for the gubernatorial seat in Kisii County. But now, Kisii County is going to form the basis of why I feel Simba Arati is going to be the governor, the party leader of ODM. Why am I saying so? Now look at this. Simba Arati, he never used to live in Kisii most of the time. Despite he used to visit his home, mostly was in Nairobi because that is where he was best. As an MP, he was more connected with the people of Nairobi than the people of where he comes from. That is the Bobasi constituency. So therefore, he was left just in Nairobi and more informed and mostly touched by the people, more in touch with the people around that region. But now here Simba Arati wants to shift his location to Kisii and immediately vie for the gubernatorial seat. This was a cause that everyone doubted whether Simba Arati could have beaten the bigwigs of the likes of Machogu, the former CS of Education, Chris Obure, who was also a former cabinet secretary as well. We also, and actually former senator of Kisii County. We had Senator Ongeri, who was also the senator by then, and also many other bigwigs, particularly even those who are not just vying for the seat, but opposing him, like the former governor of Kisii County, Ongwai himself. He also faced opposition generally from William Ruto and people like Osoro, who all were in support of Machogu. So therefore, it was not an easy race. Simba Arati making that decision to come to Kisii County, it was not an easy decision to make. But he made it despite of all these conditions. Now, coming to Kisii County, there are so many obstacles that Simba Arati faced. Despite facing bigwigs that I've just mentioned, Simba Arati also faced the financial challenge because the Kisii County is vast, it is huge, and it needed a lot of money for him to campaign successfully. Apart from being huge, Kisii County itself, it is also, people are used to getting money from politicians before voting them in. So therefore, there's huge amounts of money that are required for him to be elected as the governor of Kisii County. So when it comes to the test of finance, tick, Simba Arati managed. When it comes to the issue to do with clanism now, Simba Arati comes from a very small clan in Kisii. It is among the smallest when you consider all these other odds. Now, Simba Arati, despite coming from a small clan, he managed to lure some influential leaders from other bigger clans to support him. And actually, that was the likes of the current Senator Richard Onyonka, and of course his former Deputy Governor, Monda himself. Now, he managed to get these two people because they were from huge clans, and they gave him support, and that is what resulted for Simba Arati getting huge amounts of votes, of over 250,000 votes. Now, going forward, Simba Arati also, as we speak, he didn't just face the issue of the clanism, the issue of age. Simba Arati was facing experienced leaders in the Gusii region, people who have been in touch with the ground. So therefore, it was not easy to convince people that he has been working. So despite being in Nairobi, people knowing what he does in Nairobi, Simba Arati decided to come freshly and challenge these people on the ground. And to my surprise, or to everyone's surprise, Simba Arati managed to thrash them despite his age. Remember, I told you that age in Kisii, people consider it to be a reason as to why you should be elected, as an aspect to consider. People feel like the more you have aged, the better you can be a leader. So, but Simba Arati broke all these ranks, and he became the governor Kisii County. Also, I mentioned before, Simba Arati was an MP twice in Nairobi. He was also a councillor there. Coming to Kisii, he has never led anyone. He has never been a chief. He has never been a clan elder. He has never been anything. But he still managed to come to Kisii County to vie for the gubernatorial seat. It was a huge challenge to tell people that he is enough to vie for the gubernatorial seat and actually offer proper leadership in Gusii. It was a challenge for him to deliver, to tell the people that he will deliver, will bring developments. Why am I saying so? People like Ongeri, they delivered very well when they were MPs, while he was a senator, while he was an MP, while he was a cabinet secretary. He delivered very well. So people knew what he was capable of doing. Then people like Obere, people knew him. Other bigwigs, people knew him. Ongwae, who was close to the ground, also people knew him very well. He gave guidance here and there. So therefore, it was not easy for Simba Arati to convince people that he is capable enough to become a governor in Kisii County. It wasn't, in general, a very easy race, and that's why we say that it was not easy for Simba Arati to become the governor. Another thing, the support of ODM members. In Kisii County, the top person of ODM was Ongwae. Ongwae decided, despite Simba Arati coming from the ODM party, to support Ezekiel Machogu and other people. He opted to leave out Simba Arati in his campaign. He had his own reasons, branding him as a goon, branding him as a young man, branding him as someone with dirty games, so many bad things. They properly crafted a certain campaign against Simba Arati, which almost was successful, because Simba Arati had to double his efforts to bring them down. He has to ensure that he has politically challenged these people. He went ahead to bring so many propaganda as well, to ensure that they have also challenged each other on the ground. So therefore, it was not easy for Simba Arati to become the governor in Kisii County. Now, this forms the gist, the climax of our analysis today here. Why do I feel that Simba Arati is the person to become the ODM party leader? Now, if you consider Simba Arati, another case that I want to quote here, he was able to thrash all these people despite the conditions that they had set, despite all these challenges they had put in place. But now, one thing that touched me is this. Kisii County never had an MP, a member of parliament, even one. During Ongwae's time, in 2 years, there was no ODM member of parliament who was elected. Instead, what was there were the smaller parties and the Jubilee actually. So what happened, during that time, it's only the senator, the women rep, or even the governor could be elected under the ODM ticket. But during Simba Arati's time, we had more than 5 MPs being elected from Kisii region under the ODM ticket, and we also had the governor himself, the senator, being elected under the ODM ticket. The women rep was not elected under the ODM ticket because she went against Simba Arati. So Simba Arati supported another lady who finally became the women rep Kisii County, that's Donya Toto. So it was a huge campaign. But now, that makes it easy. Simba Arati was able to deliver 5 members of parliament to the ODM party, change the language here and ensure that at least ODM has gotten the members of parliament from this region, something it has never had. The party has never had before. Now, as if that is not enough now, Simba Arati himself, he faced war from the government after being elected. And he managed to sustain this war, and actually up to now is the governor of Kisii County. Going forward, Simba Arati also has tried to play a very clean game when it comes to corruption. He has refused that so long as he is the governor, you cannot be corrupt in his county. So that means if you are a leader and you are corrupt, you just go home. That was very clear when we had the gentleman, that is Monda's deputy, who was proven to be corrupt, and actually as a result, as we speak right now, is no longer the deputy governor, Kisii County. To add on top of all that I've said about Simba Arati, checking on his history, he has been loyal to Raila Amolo Odinga. He has been loved by the people, not just the Gusis, but even the Luyas and also the Luos. Simba Arati is well known in the country, particularly if you go to Mombasa, Luya, and the Luya region. In the Luya region, Simba Arati actually during the 2022 elections, excuse me, for the gubernatorial campaign, is the one who led the campaign and ensured that Baraza is the governor, is the governor of Kakamega County, despite facing tough opposition from the government, because by then the government in place was the UDA one. So therefore, checking all these aspects about Simba Arati, I am very strongly convinced that Simba Arati is the best person to be elected or to be chosen or appointed to become the ODM party leader. And if all ODM members are fair, the party leader is fair, is not tribal, and nobody at all in the party is also having any negative intention towards Simba Arati. As we speak right now, he should become the party leader of the ODM party. Being that he also comes from Nyanza, that is also, and ODM actually having a stronghold from Nyanza region, then that means he's well qualified to become the ODM party leader in the coming days. That is my video there. There can if you have an alternative opinion whom you feel can become the ODM party leader, please let me see it in the comment section, and that will be the best support you can always give us when you interact with us in such a manner. Also, make sure that you can keep following the videos we do here on football analysis and also political analysis. My name is Abel Mugwa. See you next time for more videos.